Welcome to The Explainer. So, when you hear the words Las Vegas, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Probably high roller tables, crazy expensive cover charges, and, well, a rapidly shrinking wallet, right? There is this massive myth out there that Vegas is only for folks ready to just empty their bank accounts on the casino floor. But today, we are completely busting that myth. We're going to dive into the absolute best free things to do in the city. That's right, we are looking at a side of Vegas that literally doesn't cost a single dime. And honestly, the sheer scale and quality of these freebies are going to completely blow your mind.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Content creator Abel De La Cruz perfectly captured it when he said, Vegas is way more fun than just casinos. And he is spot on. The beauty of what we're looking at today is that you absolutely do not need pricey show tickets, you don't need to pay club cover charges, and you definitely don't need a massive gambling budget to have a genuinely world-class experience. So whether you're packing your bags right now or you're just kind of fascinated by how a city built on money just gives away so much for free, this explainer is going to completely reshape how you view Las Vegas. So here is our roadmap for the explainer. We're breaking it down into 3 sections. 1. Iconic free spectacles. 2. Inside the mega casinos. And 3. Sights, signs, and streets. All right, kicking things off with Section 1, iconic free spectacles. These are the massive outdoor shows. 460 feet. Just try to wrap your head around that. That is exactly how high the world-famous Bellagio Fountains shoot water up into the desert sky. It's arguably the most iconic free attraction in all of Vegas, and honestly, it is totally worth the trip just to see it. These massive water jets are choreographed perfectly to a rotating playlist of music. Now, they run all afternoon, every 30 minutes, and then the pace picks up to every 15 minutes at night. You don't need a ticket, and there are no gates to pass through. And here's a quick tip. For the absolute best experience, stand on the sidewalk across the street or up on the Bellagio Bridge at night. The way the water lights up against that dark sky gives it this magical glow that just never gets old. But hey, if water really isn't your element, how about some fire? Get ready for a 54-foot-tall volcano eruption right on the Strip. The Mirage volcano is an absolute sensory overload in the best way possible. Picture this, booming soundtrack that you literally feel in your chest, massive water features, and real, enormous plumes of fire just shooting straight up into the air. The whole thing happens right out front of the Mirage Hotel. It erupts every night at 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. Plus, they throw in an extra show on Fridays and Saturdays. Now, the actual show is only a few minutes long, but man, the crowd's reaction is electric. It is that exact kind of over-the-top, jaw-dropping entertainment you just won't find on a random sidewalk anywhere else in the world. Moving on, we've got another number that is just staggering, 2.1 million. This actually takes us away from the main strip and straight into Old Vegas for the Fremont Street Experience. Imagine just walking right under a 1,500-foot-long canopy that is absolutely packed end-to-end with 2.1 million LED lights. It basically forms this gigantic, vibrant screen right above your head. And every single hour after dark, that canopy runs a totally free light and music show. It genuinely feels like you are standing inside a massive television set. It's just this incredible, involving scale of entertainment. You literally just have to look up to enjoy it. And you know, this perfectly highlights the huge contrast between the city's 2 main hubs, the Strip versus Old Vegas. While the Strip gives you that super polished, mega resort vibe, Fremont Street in Old Vegas has this much more chill, local-friendly atmosphere. Beyond that crazy LED light show, Fremont Street is just packed with this really unique energy. You've got live music echoing all the way down the street, people literally soaring overhead on zip lines, and a huge plus, access to much cheaper, really fantastic food options. It's kind of where the locals hang out, and it gives you a totally different but equally awesome flavor of Vegas without breaking the bank. All right, moving inside to Section 2, inside the mega casinos. We're talking air-conditioned, hidden gems. Okay, picture this. It's the middle of the day, that desert heat is absolutely beating down, and you just really want to step inside. Well, casino hopping is basically like walking through a bunch of free, highly immersive theme parks. Honestly, so many tourists completely miss this because they assume casinos are strictly for gamblers. But just think about the crazy themes these places have. I mean, you can stroll into the Venetian and find actual literal canals with gondolas winding right through the building under a painted sky. You can step into Caesar's Palace and feel like you're wandering through ancient Rome. The Luxor is a giant explorable pyramid, and the Wynn features this stunning, brightly colored floral garden. And the best part? There is zero dress code for these main areas and absolutely no spending requirements. You can easily spend hours just absorbing the insane architecture, towering sculptures, and brilliant interior design. Now, what's really interesting here is the sheer caliber of free art you can actually find inside these places. We are talking legitimate museum quality pieces that you can see at zero cost. Walk into the Bellagio and you can stand right under Dale Chihuly's famous glass flower ceiling, which is made up of over 2,000 individually hand-blown glass pieces. Over at the Aria Resort, they've got one of the largest contemporary art collections in the world, just completely woven right into the property. That's 24 major works, including pieces by absolute legends like Maya Lin and Frank Stella. To see all this, you just walk right in, grab a free map at the concierge desk, and boom, you are on your own self-guided art tour in glorious air conditioning. So the really crucial point to remember is that Vegas isn't all just neon and concrete. And that is perfectly showcased by this next hidden gem, the Flamingo Wildlife Habitat. Tucked right inside the Flamingo Hotel is an actual lush tropical oasis. It is totally free to visit, and get this, it is home to real live Chilean flamingos, African penguins, giant koi fish, turtles, ducks, the whole shebang. It's open every day from 8 a.m. right up until dusk. If you're traveling with kids, this is an absolute must-do on your itinerary. But honestly, even if you aren't, it is just this incredibly beautiful, calm escape right smack in the middle of all the neon madness outside. It is genuinely surreal to step off a loud casino floor and straight into a peaceful wildlife habitat.
Let's head back out for Section 3, Sights, Signs, and Streets. This is all about the history, the views, and the culture.
Okay, listen up, because here is an insider pro tip you're going to want to remember. Come early morning before the heat hits and before the crowds build up. This advice is absolutely vital if you want to visit the legendary Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas sign. This thing is practically a historic monument. It's been standing down at the south end of the Strip since 1959. Getting your picture taken here is basically a rite of passage. Now, it's free to visit 24 hours a day, and during the daytime, you'll usually find a super friendly volunteer hanging out who's happy to snap your picture for you. But if you take this advice and go early in the morning, not only do you beat that intense desert heat, but you might actually get this iconic piece of Americana entirely to yourself for that perfect shot. Next up on our list, how about a little Parisian escape right on the Strip? I'm talking about the exterior of the Paris Las Vegas Hotel. Now, you don't actually have to pay to go all the way up to the observation deck to get an amazing experience here. Just walking by and taking in the view from the outside is incredibly romantic all on its own. You've got this massive half-scale replica of the Eiffel Tower and a seriously gorgeous replica of the Arc de Triomphe. And at night, the entire structure lights up, casting this magical glow right over the street. The view from across the street, looking over toward the Bellagio, is widely considered to be one of the absolute best, most picturesque spots on the entire Strip, and it costs literally nothing to just stand there and soak it all in. Now, if you want a really fascinating slice of history, we have to talk about the Neon Museum. Yes, taking the full guided tour inside the actual museum graveyard does require a ticket, but remember, this explainer is all about the freebies. So, if you just walk along the sidewalk and hang around the front entrance area, especially at night, you get this incredible, totally free glimpse right into the past. You can see a bunch of retired vintage signs from historic Vegas legends, places like the Stardust, the Sands, and the Moulin Rouge. When these old vintage signs light up against the dark sky, they create this highly atmospheric, super nostalgic glow. It is just a wonderful, completely free 10-minute detour if you find yourself near downtown. It really lets you connect with the old legends of the city.
And finally, let's talk about what is arguably the ultimate free show running 24/7, the Strip Street Performers. The sidewalks of Las Vegas Boulevard are just this wild, colorful, non-stop outdoor stage. Seriously, on any given walk, you're going to pass incredible Elvis impersonators, classic Vegas showgirls, Spider-Man, the Joker, living statues that literally seem to defy gravity, and some genuinely incredible street acrobats. The energy is just unmatched. Now, the absolute best stretch to take in this rolling circus is right between the Venetian and the MGM Grand. Just a quick reminder on etiquette here, though. While the show itself is completely free to watch as you walk by, if you do stop to snap a picture with one of these colorful characters, it is highly customary to tip them. Usually just a few dollars, like $1 to $5, does the trick. Which brings us to our final question for you. Which free attraction are you most excited to try?
Think about it. We've covered everything from exploding volcanoes and museum-quality art to gigantic LED ceilings and tranquil wildlife habitats. I think we've definitely proven that you genuinely can conquer Vegas on a budget. The sheer volume of world-class, cost-free experiences is honestly staggering once you finally know where to look. So the next time you, or maybe someone you know, are planning a trip out to the desert, just remember this explainer. You now hold the absolute blueprint to a phenomenal trip that doesn't rely on poker chips or crazy cover charges. Keep exploring, stay curious, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.